Hey guys, Demir from Lifehack Bootcamp. For those of you who don't know, we've traveled all around the world and we've finally settled down in Colombia for our home base. We bought a house here, and this video is to tell you how we hacked our design process to be able to get $20,000 worth of design work done for less than $2,000. Let's get into it. So first of all, and quickly, let's set up the problem. For anybody who's actually tried to think about hiring a designer, you realize how dang expensive it is. These people charge amazing amounts of money. So the first problem, cost. It was going to cost us a lot of our money, and that isn't money that goes into the house, that's just the design. The second problem is timing. If you don't know how interior designers work, typically they're always booked up. And so we would have to wait 3-4 months to even get started with them. So that's the first part of the timing. The second part is when you start with them, they want to try to get your job done as soon as possible so they can move on to the next job. And that's no offense to them, that's their business model. I actually realized that I wanted something that I couldn't have. I wanted a designer who would stay with us for a year and a half, so that we could learn the space and sit on designs and put them away and come back to them and really get a sense of what was exactly right for the space. As it turns out, that doesn't exist. The third problem was design sensibility. We were interviewing all of these designers and they were really expensive, and we were showing them what we wanted and they weren't getting it. So we were worried that we were going to pay all this money, and even at the end, we weren't actually going to get what we wanted. So here's how we felt. If we could get exactly what we wanted for $10, $15, even $20,000, we were going to be happy, but we were really seriously dubious about whether that was going to happen. Have you ever seen that chart where it's 3 bubbles and it says you can have something fast, or you can have it good quality, or you can have it cheap, but you can't have all 3. You need to pick 2 out of the 3. Well, that's sort of how we were feeling here. Meaning that we could have it fast and we were highly doubtful that it was actually going to turn out to be good, the thing that we wanted. And we felt that the only thing we were going to be getting out of these 3 was fast. We weren't going to get it good, and we definitely weren't going to get it cheap. Now, most people would have just stopped right here, but we're life hackers. We're always focused on finding the solution that's non-obvious. So Carey and I asked ourselves, what do the big designers do? And actually, I'm fortunate enough to be really good friends with a top-level designer in Los Angeles. And I called her and I asked her, what would you do in this situation? What's the hack here? And to my surprise, guys, she actually gave me the secret, and I'm going to give it to you guys. She said the secret to a high-priced designer is that they try everything. Let me explain that. They're getting paid so much by their rich clients that they will go into a space and they will paint it. Not just once, not just twice, but as many times as they need to get exactly the right paint color. They will actually go and they will get a moving truck and move a ton of new furniture in. And if they don't like the furniture, they will haul it all the way back to the store and try it again. They will move everything into all the different places. They'll build walls and then demolish walls. Now, this was really interesting because this meant that there wasn't some kind of secret design sauce that nobody could replicate. In fact, she told me, now that we have Pinterest, almost anybody can go online and identify with the styles and the designs that they really like. You just need to be able to iterate through it enough. So the idea just popped into my head, I don't know where from, that we could actually do all of that in 3D. We could move the walls, we could try new furniture, we could try new paint colors, and we could instantly snap our fingers and take it back to the beginning and try something new. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with 3D renderings, what I'm talking is photorealistic 3D renderings of the space. So then the only question becomes, how much does it cost? Well, clearly it's cheaper to do it in 3D than it is to build walls or paint walls. We know that, but how much cheaper? I wanted to price out how much it would cost to do 20 rounds of this, 20 rounds of completely different design changes to our space. So I went on one of my favorite sites, Upwork.com. This is a highly liquid labor market. Some people know about it, but some people still don't. This is so many people, hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world. We're talking about 3D graphics artists. We're talking about virtual assistants. We're talking about even doctors and lawyers on there. There are anything that you want, you're going to find it on Upwork.com. And the great part is that a lot of these people are working in low-cost countries like Croatia or Argentina, where they can actually charge you less for some of these professional services. So within 30 minutes, I went on and I created a profile. I wrote myself a little job description and I sent it out. Within a day, I had 50 applicants. I picked the top applicant. He was $11 an hour and he lived in Chile in South America. Now to date, we've done 10, count them, 10 fully separate design iterations. And you're not going to believe how much it cost us. But first, let me show you the quality here. So where did I start? I started on Pinterest. I pulled together a Pinterest board that had all the great images and feelings of what I wanted the apartment to look like. I call it Dark Moody Apartment. I'll show you more about that in a second. Then I pulled it together in a simple Google document. I'll show you what it looks like. Guys, it's actually really simple. All I did is create little drawings where I had to. I would write where I could. I'd make videos if I needed to. And a lot of times I would link into my Pinterest board. So I would send him written feedback that looks exactly like this. And by the way, this is exactly what I would have had to do anyways with the designer. So this really wasn't extra work. Side note, I also did a screencast. So I actually walked and talked my way through it. So for those of you who don't know about screencasting, check out our video on screencasting. It's clutch. So here's what came back. He created a lifelike, completely true to life dimensional model of my house. This is actually not the house. This is a 3D photo rendering of the house. So look what he's done. An office he built for me so that I could see what an office would look like. A new entryway. New living room. Again, guys, this is not an actual photo. This is 3D. We even played around with some crazy concepts like doing a green room. There's pretty cool stuff. So guys, that was only version number 1. We've been through 2, 3, 4, 4.2, 5, 6, 7, all the way through. And let me show you what we've arrived at today. So this is the design as it exists today. And it is blowing my mind. Let me take you through it. Completely sexy new entryway. Incredible new living room layout. I absolutely love this living room with a fireplace. I mean, guys, this is a completely different house. He even put art on the walls, books in the bookshelf. I mean, it looks like you're there. Guys, the best part here is that because we took so much time here, we actually found design solutions we never would have found if we worked with the designer and rushed it. Here's one great example. We had a living room down here and then a room up here, and we never would have thought to actually combine them into a split level living room. And yet that's exactly what design calls for. So this is what the new living room looks like. It has a sense of elevation to it. I'm nuts about it. I absolutely love it. And it's perfect for the space. The other thing we were able to do is find room for the sauna. I've wanted a sauna my entire life. We couldn't find room for it. We actually found room for it in this new design because, and only because, we took our time. We didn't rush it. And just one more thing. We were able to extend the master bedroom by a full 50% and create a completely new master bathroom, a design that we never would have conceived of if we hadn't taken our time. So now we've got a design that's a 10 out of 10, something that we honestly would pay $20,000 for. But how much did it actually cost us? Let me show you. So today, all of this has cost us $1,211. That's it. So what we used was Pinterest, a Google document, screencasting, and we hired somebody on Upwork. That, a lot of iterations and some elbow grease, and we got it done. So what's the lesson here? Well, first of all, I hope you can use this hack and use it for your own home design. But even if you can't, we live in this amazing time. We've got highly liquid labor markets that are driving the price of amazing professional services so far down that anybody can access them. That means that you can get something better, not just for half, not just for a quarter, but for 1/10 of the price like we have. But you've got to be a life hacker. You've got to be seeing solutions that you can put together with these amazing new tools we have. Gang, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, and I'm sure you will, just put them down in the comments. We'll try to answer every single one. If you like videos about hacking your life, creating solutions where you didn't think there were, and finding out how to design a life that is really the life of your dreams, then definitely subscribe to this channel and check out the videos we got coming down the pike.